What's up, guys? JunkGuysdfw, and I'm at the headquarters here in the Dallas Metroplex. I wanted to talk to y'all about some of the biggest mistakes you can do when you first start off your junk removal business. I was actually asked this question today twice. One from a newcomer who's starting a junk removal business in Boston, and then I had a guy who called and did a 30 for 30. That's 30 minutes for $30 consultation with me this morning out of Addison, Texas. And he told me, Ricardo, I don't want to make a big mistake when I first start off. Can you tell me what not to do? And I know what the answer is. It's right behind me, okay? It's these vehicles that you can get right behind me. First of all, you don't want to get the wrong vehicle. But the second of all, you don't want to finance a vehicle. See, guys, what you don't understand is that we're not in the plumbing business. We're not in the carpenter business. We're not in the, electrician. None of us are electricians. What we do is junk removal. We pick up junk. So the look of our vehicle doesn't care. It doesn't really matter. When you pull up to a customer's house, they care about two things: how much and how long is it going to take you to do the job. And I'm going to tell you guys, I buy used vehicles, and I'm going to, as a matter of fact, I'm going to show you. All these vehicles right here cost me under $15,000. $15,000 on all these vehicles here. And I'm going to tell you, every one of these vehicles, I turn the key and they crank up and they're ready to go. Why do I have so many vehicles? I have so many vehicles because we have so many jobs and we're always rotating these vehicles. But when you first start out your junk removal service, your small business, your entrepreneurship, that journey that you're going to take, don't make the mistake. Don't go to a dealer and spend $15,000 or $50,000 on a new vehicle, okay? I'm telling you, all these vehicles cost me $15,000 and under. And I'll tell you, for a matter of fact, that truck was $4,500. That truck was $4,800. The 6.4, the new vehicle that I just got last week, this vehicle cost me $3,000, and this vehicle cost me $2,000, for a grand total of around $15,000. What you don't understand is our vehicles are going to get damaged. When you load a fridge to these vehicles, it's going to get damaged. You're not going to put a cloth down and then load it really carefully and put it on there. That's not how it works. I could care less about these vehicles getting damaged, but I do care a lot about my back. So be careful when you're loading things like that. But what I'm trying to tell you, and what I'm trying to assure you, is that making that payment on the vehicle is just a pain. When you go and you buy a new vehicle, you have a payment. Okay, you have a payment, and especially if it's from a dealer, you're gonna have to have full coverage. So that vehicle that costs you, okay, let's just say it's a $50,000 vehicle, and you're making a $700 payment to $50,000. Are you kidding me? That's too low. So you get $50,000, and now you're making an $800 payment on that vehicle. Trust me, you're going to have a $200 insurance problem with that. So all of a sudden, that $50,000 vehicle that was costing you $800 is not really $800. It's $1,000 with your insurance included. All right. So now you have a $50,000 vehicle and $1,000 a month just to keep that vehicle on the road on a monthly basis. Okay, $12,000 on a yearly basis. That could almost buy all these vehicles. Okay, yes, my vehicles are old, but they work, and you've seen all my vehicles. The F550 works on a daily basis. The 3500 Chevrolet, which is probably my best truck that I have, I use it on the property to haul off all the recycling. I attach that to the dumpster trailer, which most people are barely buying right now to start a dumpster company, which I think is actually dead. The dumpster business is just a dead business, okay? You can't compare it to junk removal. And then right here, I have the F450. It's a Ford F450 6.4 liter vehicle. It is the new vehicle to our fleet. That vehicle is only going to be used for big objects such as trampolines, hot tubs, and pianos. Okay? Then we have the box truck, and that's the F450 6.0. It's a 2006 model, and that's used for house garage cleanouts. So every one of these vehicles have our primary use. All the vehicles except the box truck can actually pull a mini dumpster or a 16-foot trailer or the flatbed trailer that's sitting right over there. When you start your junk removal business, do not do not start making payments on a vehicle that you don't even have work for. Because what you're gonna do is just get into that rat trap of making payments on a vehicle, and you don't even make $1,000 in junk removals in a month. You started with this investment of making junk removal, or of doing junk removals, of buying a new vehicle and thinking that junk removals are just going to come out of the blue. You have to work on it. You have to do some website design. You have to do a little SEO. You have to do some, content on your YouTube channel, on your Facebook page. You have to do that stuff, even for the phone string. But what do you go off and do? You go off and buy a $50,000 Ford F-150 or F-250 King Ranch. Now you got an $800 payment. Oh, and by the way, you have full coverage on that vehicle. I have liability on all these vehicles. The grand total of insurance on all these vehicles is $79. And the reason is, I don't go past 50 miles of my property to do any work. So my whole umbrella insurance covers the property and every vehicle associated with this property. And surely enough, they're on the property. And I don't go beyond 50 miles. The farthest I'll travel is 42 miles. I want you to realize that a lot of people, and I see this in the junk removal discussion group, they have these 1-800 junk trucks that dump and stuff. I'm not stupid. These vehicles are $1,200 a month. Just the payment on these vehicles, and the insurance is another $300. To have such a big commercial liability full coverage on these vehicles, dude, you're driving around with a $1,700 vehicle a month, and then you have two of them. I'm sorry, that's $3,400. Well, you know what? I'd rather put that money in my pocket. And what I'm trying to tell you is, when you start a junk removal business, invest on an older model truck, on an old truck. On an old truck you can beat up, on an old truck you can drive on a daily basis, and an old truck that will actually make you money long term. Listen, if this truck goes out and the transmission's done, the truck's done. I leave that truck on the side of the road and let the city take it. I have no feelings for any of these vehicles. These vehicles are work vehicles. There's two things I have feelings for: my children and my wife, and that's it. You have to consider that these vehicles are only work vehicles. That's all they are. So when you go off and you make an investment of $1,500 or $2,000 to buy a box truck and a trailer, and you get everything financed, don't forget you got to pay that on a monthly basis. Oh, by the way, do you want to know what my monthly payment on these vehicles are every month? Zero. $79 worth of insurance. That's what I pay on these vehicles. $79. Guys, you have to be able to demonstrate the same kind of business sense as I have here. A lot of people are going to tell you, oh, go get finance, go get a new vehicle, that'll last longer. They'll last longer. Oh yeah, I'm going to tell you something. A 2021 F350 will last longer than that truck. But guess what? That vehicle's not going to cost me $12,000 every year. Nah. See, that vehicle cost me $4,500. That's 4 payments on your brand new truck. I own this truck. Oh, by the way, I own that truck, I own that truck, and I own that truck. Because they're all paid for. And that's the way to do business. For every $1,000 I make, I'm going to take home 900 of it. And maybe 100 of it might be for expensive. Maybe fuel, maybe dumping fees, maybe pay an employee. But I'm going to tell you, I don't have any payments on these vehicles. Don't make that mistake, guys. And I'm doing this video not as a being cocky about it, but buying a used vehicle and junk removal is the way to go. Don't buy new, buy used. Okay? Take this knowledge, use it for your advantage. It will help you out long term. If that vehicle breaks down on you and you spent $4,000 on it and it lasted you a year, you've won. Go buy another vehicle. Do the same thing again. Stop making money for the car companies and the insurance company, because when they make you get full coverage, they're getting you really good, especially on commercial vehicles. Commercial insurance is expensive, and getting full coverage on a truck that's brand new, boy, that commercial insurance will kill you. All right, guys, I hope y'all take this information lightly. I hope y'all use it in your business. If you're starting out a business, use it. It's good info. And don't forget, guys, if you like these videos, subscribe over there to the right side. On the left side, check out my other videos. Tell your friends. Hell, look at the Cobra Kai video. I think we're the only people that liked it. Bye-bye, guys.